Hey everybody, welcome back to Living Traditions Homestead. My name is Kevin and this is my wife Sarah. Well, we wanted to give you guys some updates today on a few projects that we have going around the homestead, some things that you guys have been asking about. And so we just thought we'd go around today and kind of give you the lowdown on what's happening here at Living Traditions Homestead.
The first update is about the cow. We've decided to get a family milk cow, but we've got a lot of work to do before we can bring the cow onto our property. So the cow is still in the works, but we're still in the planning stage and figuring everything out and building stage.
As far as getting the metal building installed that we're going to be using as the barn, that is kind of out of our control. We're still just waiting on them to call us and let us know when they can come install that. I'm hoping it's going to be in the next 2 weeks. The other projects that we have to do are still putting up the fence. We're working on some things with that, and so hopefully we'll get that underway within the next week or so.
But we have decided that we need to have a place for the cow before we actually make any serious advances on putting a deposit on a cow or bringing a cow onto the homestead. There have been a couple that we've been very interested in, but it just seems like the best thing to do is to wait a little bit until we have more things ready before we get our hearts set on one specific cow.
Now, in our first video about getting a cow, we had mentioned that we were going to separate this area into 2 paddocks, one side for the goats and one side for the cow. And we are still going to separate this into 2 paddocks, but we're going to have a gate. We took a lot of your advice. A lot of you had mentioned that you thought we should keep the cow and the goats together. We think that's a fantastic idea as well. So that's what we're going to be doing, is they'll all share this one big area.
We also took some of your advice and got some seed from our local farm supply store. They recommended a pasture mix of seed, so we have spread that all over this area, and we're hoping that since we've had some rain and it's hopefully going to warm up soon, hoping that that will sprout and have a little bit of grass down here for all the animals by the time they move in.
We're dealing with this terrible wind again today, you guys.
Oh my gosh, you guys, it's horrible.
They're saying 50+ mile-an-hour gusts today and just 30-mile-an-hour sustained winds most of the day. It's making things really hard.
It really is.
Luckily, we found a semi-calm day to spread seed. Otherwise, I think we would have, just seeded
it to the neighbors.
We would have blown it into our neighbor's pasture. So, yeah, that's what's going on with the cow. We're still working on it. Things aren't moving quite as fast because we're so busy with the greenhouse and garden right now. So we're just working on this area as we can. I'm not a very patient person. This is teaching me a little bit of a lesson on I need to slow down, and we'll get the cow when the time is right.
Right, but we are getting a cow because we're anxious for the milk.
Right.
Now, we haven't talked about the pigs in quite a while, actually, since our last pigs went to freezer camp. But we are planning on getting pigs this spring. We're hoping sometime in the month of May.
As you guys, those of you who have been following us for a while know, pigs are my absolute favorite animal to raise. I love them when they're little because they're so cute, and then I love them at the end because they're so tasty. So I just can't wait to get more. I'm hoping this year we'll be able to raise, for sure we're going to be doing 3 like we did last year, but we might do 4. If any of you are in our local area and are interested in having us raise a pig for you, let us know. Get a hold of us through email, and we'll let you know some of the details. But basically, we're looking for 2 families that we can raise pigs for. We'll get them to butcher size and then either deliver them to a local butcher, or you can come and pick them up and take them to a butcher yourself. So let us know and we'll work something out.
We won't be using the same breeder as last year. We contacted her and found out that her baby pigs won't be ready until August, which is too late for us. We don't want to be butchering in February.
Right.
So we will be on the lookout for piglets. So look forward to a video on that real soon.
So the next update is on our summer garden. Well, it's not summer yet, so there's not a whole lot of an update to give on that. But we have gotten several questions from you guys wondering, when we will plant our tomatoes and peppers and those types of summer crops. It's way too early yet, in our opinion, here in southern Missouri. We still have to wait until May to plant those. Either the 1st or 2nd week of May. For us, it'll probably be the second week of May, just because we're going to be busy that first week with the Baker Creek Spring Planting Festival.
Speaking of the Baker Creek Spring Planting Festival, that is coming up May 5th and 6th. That's a Sunday and Monday, and we will be there both days. We'll be there to visit and to look around. We won't have a booth. We won't be selling our plants. So make sure to come by, check out the Spring Planting Festival. Like 10,000 people go through there. It's an amazing time.
Yeah, if you're into gardening or want to hang out with people who are into gardening, that is the place to go. On Sunday, we will be there, like Sarah said, just, you know, as visitors. And then on Monday, we're actually going to be speaking. We'll be one of the speakers. We'll actually be the first speaker of the day on Monday.
At 10:30.
And we're going to be talking about how you can replace the grocery store with your homegrown food.
Right, absolutely.
So come and check us out then. We'd love to see you. And we're hoping just to get to spend some time and finally meet a lot of you who, you know us, we'd like to get to know you.
Right. Well, the spring garden is going really well. We're about 1 week away from harvesting some radishes, harvesting our first cutting of our leaf lettuce. Things are just going really well. The head lettuce looks beautiful, and what a gorgeous variety we chose this year.
Ever since we put those trellises up for the peas, they just seem to be taking off. I don't know if it's just coincidence because the weather has cooled back down, which the peas really love, or if they're just that happy to finally have a trellis. Probably the weather. The potatoes are also starting to come up really nicely. We're really happy to try this new system this year of growing them in the straw instead of piling on more dirt, to see if that helps with an easier harvest at the end of the season.
And one of these days, when this wind goes away, we can pile on more straw because they're starting to poke up through the first layer of straw. So now it's time to pile some more back on top. So far, we're really happy with the Kennebec variety of potatoes we planted.
So you guys, thanks for coming along today as we kind of give you an update on some things that have been going on around the homestead. We've been getting a lot of questions about especially the cow and how that process is coming. You guys should know that you'll be the first to know when we start to make some more decisions about that.
So we hope you have a wonderful Easter weekend. You all will be praying for you, and hey, if you're enjoying this video on our channel, don't forget to subscribe and to share our channel with people you know. Until next time, thank you so much for stopping by the homestead. Take care and God bless.
God bless.